Great day, great day, great day. It's Coach Kevin with the Greatness Academy, the number one basketball academy in Raleigh, North Carolina. And in this video, I'm going to teach you what age does college basketball recruiting really start. This is the truth for parents. No fluff. We're getting straight to the point. The truth about college basketball recruiting. If your son or your daughter is in the fifth, sixth, or seventh grade, you're already stressing about college basketball recruiting. This video is going to save you a lot of time, energy, money, and anxiety. Because here's the truth that most people won't tell you. College basketball recruiting does not start when most parents think it does. And if you move early or too late, you can actually hurt your child's chances. I've helped hundreds of basketball players earn college basketball scholarships. And today, I'm going to break it down by age, by level, and without all of the hype. All right. I'm Coach Kevin with the Greatness Academy. We've helped get over 300 athletes into college, resulting in over $250 million in NIL. All right. So we know we've done it, and we're going to show you how to do it. So the big question, what age does college basketball recruiting really start? And the answer might surprise you. The answer is not what most parents expect. And the understanding, this could change everything about your child's future, right? The real answer, college basketball recruiting officially starts in high school, not elementary school, not middle school, not fourth grade AAU tournaments. But this is very important. The preparation for recruiting starts much earlier, not the recruiting, the preparation to be prepared, to have recruitable skills so that when recruiting starts, you have something to be recruited, right? Everybody wants to get recruited, but you have to have the skills to get recruited, right? And so we're going to teach you what you need to do at every level so that you understand. Now you doing it, that's something different. We can help you, motivate, stay on track, but we can't do the work for you. All right? You're going to have to do the work for yourself. So let's break it down the right way. Elementary school, ages 8 to 11. This is the foundations phase. This is where motor skills, building basic coordination and movement patterns, love for the game, protecting joy and natural enthusiasm, making sure that your kid loves the game, right? If they don't love it, it doesn't matter how good they are, how talented they are, how far they want to go, they're going to burn out because the love is not there, right? They now have the motivation that they need to keep going through the adversity, through the obstacles, through the ups and downs. They're going to burn out, right? So make sure they have love for the game. And confidence. Confidence is key. Confidence is the number one skill that you got to have on and off the court. That's developing self-belief without pressure. Pressure is the number one cause of fear of failure. And most people, it's scientifically proven, you could Google it, chat, whatever, that the reason why most people don't reach their goals is because the fear of failure, not actually failure, because there's no such thing as failure. It's only feedback. That's what we teach in our academy. But the fear of failure, and fear stands for false evidence appearing real. It's false evidence, but it appears like it's real, but it's not real. That's why you need confidence, right? You need confidence to persevere through the false evidence and to be able to believe in the vision that's on the inside of you, right? And the more you keep taking action towards that vision, is the clearer that vision get, and the less fear. Then reality starts to set in. Like that's on the other side of fear is faith, right? And when you have that God level of faith, then all things could be possible. And that's what we try to teach you. So from the ages of 8 to 11 is the foundation phase. At this age, college coaches are not watching, period. They don't got time. They don't got the money. They don't got the resources. They don't care. A college coach might not be at their job next year, right? So they got 3 to 5 years to develop their recruiting class so that, they can get an extension. It's the job. It's a business. When you get to the college level, it's straight business. All right. So they're not coming to see an eight. Well, all right. I mean, even if you're the greatest 8 or 11-year-old, it's not gonna make a lot of sense. All right. So what matters here? Again, motor skills, coordination, confidence, love for the game. This is the stage where bad habits can sneak in if you rush competition. No rankings, no pressure, no my kid needs exposure. No, they don't. They need confidence, love for the game, and motor skills. Now, your job as a parent is simple. Protect the joy and build fundamentals. Protect the joy and build fundamentals. That's elementary school. Now let's move on to middle school. This is the middle. I'm a middle child, so I know how that is. In the middle, someone could go left or they could go right. They could go up, they could go down. This is where it's a big phase, the middle. So you could have been the best star in the world, looking like you got the brightest future, and you could get derailed. Or you could have had the messiest 8 to 11-year-old time span, and then you learned a lot from there. You realize that it's never a loss, it's only a lesson. It's never failure, it's only feedback. And you develop adversity, you persevered, you love the game, and you built self-belief and self-confidence. But the ages of 12 to 14 is the development phase. This is where you have to be developing. This is where you have to be putting things into action, learning how to bounce back from setbacks. This is where parents start panicking. See it all the time. Parents start panicking because they know it's only a couple years, 4 to 6 more years that they got, right? And you know what? Most people in their life, in the middle school is where they made certain mistakes, good or bad things happen to them a lot, right? So let me make it clear. College coaches are still not recruiting middle school players. I don't care what no one says. I don't care if they dunking, they're not doing that. They're not doing that. Especially now, they're not even looking. They're not even looking. But this is where separation starts. What matters now? Skill development. You got to be developing your skills because you're going to be going to high school. Coachability. You don't know everything at this age. There's no way possible. So if you're not listening, if you're not coachable, no one can't tell you nothing, you're not going to be able to learn wisdom. You're not going to be able to get the wisdom that you need to accelerate faster, right? Discipline. No matter if you had all the skills in the world, if you're not disciplined enough to stay committed, to stay consistent, then it doesn't matter. And you need self-discipline. You got to start developing self-discipline. You might start off the beginning as just regular discipline, but overall, you're going to need the self-discipline to get all the way through the different stages, right? And then consistency. Consistency is doing the same thing, staying focused. You want to stay focused. There's going to be a lot of distractions, people, places, and things, but just stay consistent, right? You're going to have moments that you high, moments that you low, but just make sure that you got your priorities straight and that you stay consistent on doing the most important things, doing your most important task, and everything else is going to take care of itself, right? So as a basketball player, just keep developing your skill set, keep developing your self-belief, make sure that you love the game. Simple game plan. This is when bad programs start selling dreams. You got to go Puma, Under Armour, EYBL. None of that. You don't need none of that here. You need to develop, right? You need to develop the skill set, the coachability, the discipline, and the consistency. And good programs start building players. If you smart, there's a lot of hidden gems in this phase that you could start working with. Start helping them develop the skill development, the coachability, the discipline, and the consistency, and their trajectory could go way up, right? Well, as vice versa, people get sold on the dreams and now they don't maximize their potential, right? So whereas they had a bright future that it looked like through time and the lack of development, they never kind of develop the things that they need at the pace that everyone else is developing. And so they start to regress and they don't get the progress. All right. If your child looks great in the 7th grade, but hasn't grown, hasn't improved, and hasn't matured by the 10th grade, none of this matters. Because now you're on the 7th grade level still. You might have been on the 7th grade level at that time, and it looked like you was going to, but you didn't get better. So you don't get better, you're getting worse. That's what my coach told me. If you ain't getting better, you're getting worse because somebody else is getting better. Straight like that. And now, freshman and sophomore year. We on to the freshman, we on to high school now. Now you're starting to get in the big league, a little something. But in freshman and sophomore year, this is the ages 14 to 16. This is the evaluation phase, right? This is where things get real. Get real. College coaches start watching games, a little something. The smart ones do. The big time dudes, they don't got to do all of that because they're going to get the cream of the crop all the time. But there's not a lot of way big programs like that. So the smart ones, the smart coaches, they get a jump on people. So they start watching game, they start asking questions, they start checking film. If it's something on there that's worth looking at. Right here, they're not really doing a whole lot of recruiting either. I'm just being real with you. Unless you a super stud. But here's the key word: evaluation, not offers. You're getting evaluated. I'm not putting no offer right now because I don't know how you're going to be in the next couple of years. So I'm evaluating you. Yeah, I saw you. I came to the game, looked around, looked at who else was there as well. Not stop looking. You're not that good yet. So you're just being evaluated. So don't start asking about no offers. You're not going to get no offers unless you like the next LeBron James type of person, right? But you being evaluated on, can this kid grow? How do they act on the bench? Are they consistent or just flashy? What does their body look like long term? Most athletes are not getting recruited yet, but they are being tracked. Like, you know what? This kid get a little taller. This kid get a little stronger. If this kid fixes attitude, if this kid get a little more consistent, they could be something. But right now is the age where you have to fix it. If you don't fix it by now, like in this phase, it might be over for you. Just being real. Because after that, you get your junior and your senior year, right? This is the ages 16 through 18. This is the recruiting phase. And we might even push that up even a little bit more now. Because in reality, in 2026 and beyond, recruiting is going to be a 5, maybe even 6-year plan. Because people's getting older. You got to see how things was working. They got NBA players coming back to college. So the top tier of college is about to be like pros. You understand that? That's where the big money's at. And so college is going to be, D2 is going to be looking a lot different. People going to have to really look into D2 and D3 and other phases a lot more. So it ain't make you less or worse because at the end of the day, it's a lot of people getting moved up too. And it's a lot of people going pro. So I'm gonna tell you, like, NFL Super Bowl champion coach told me, dominate your position and we'll find you no matter where you at. So just take that advice. Dominate where you at and let the chips fall where they may. This is where offers actually happen. This is when relationships matter. If you jumping from program to program to program, you not have no solid relationships. If you burning a lot of bridges, you now have a lot of relationships. This is where you trying to be all cool and be down with your friends, it could hurt you. This is where it separates. This is the separator. This is where a lot of jealousy, envy, all types of things could start manifesting. So you got to be aware. Film matters, the right kind of film. Not you in the background with the music playing on the layup line. Nah, that's not no good film. Coaches, you're gonna throw that. They ain't even gonna look at that. That's gonna get you never looked at again. They want to see, you got to put like a good little minute to 3 minute film, a straight clips of what you could do. Defense, hitting shots, off the dribble, rebounding, intensity. Your best clips got to be jam-packed in one nice highlight reel, showcasing all the greatest parts of your game, right? Academics matter. If you don't got the grades, it's over, right? So you're out the door right there. And the D2 level, if you got grades, they might work with you because it could help them on the money tip. I can't give you all the exclusives, but D2s, they go by grades and game, right? Because they don't have all full-time scholarships. Like D1 got 13 full-time scholarships, maybe more. And D2, they give you money. So you could get a full-time, but you might not get the full-time scholarship, but they might get the grades that go with the athletic. And then you might not wind up paying nothing. So it could work like that too. And character matters. Who you are, what you stand for, right? That could be the separator between you and someone else is your character. It's like, you know what? We really struggling between who should we recruit from these two kids. And then, so they got one kid that has bad character and another person has good character. Who do you think they're going to go with? The one that got the good reputation about good character. So character matters. And here's the part parents miss. If you skip development early in those earlier foundational developmental phases and chase exposure instead, this stage becomes very stressful because you're misaligned. You're out of alignment. You try to get the exposure early, didn't focus on the development. Now you got an undeveloped player that's looking for exposure, but you've been exposed. If you built the foundation the right way, this stage becomes clear. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to offer you the clarity, vision, clarity, and focus. All right. And some common parent mistakes. Let me save you from the 3 most common mistakes I see all the time. Number 1 is starting too early. Starting too early and burning out your child. Number 2 is chasing rankings instead of development. You see, you're going to see a common theme. You need development is a never-ending thing. Even when you get selected in college and the pros, they're always developing. Life is about development. As a human, you're supposed to develop, get to the highest level of yourself. And number 3, 1 weekend thinking. Before you know it, you done did 52 weekends and then add up to nothing. But you just thinking that 1 weekend, I just go here for that 1 week. I'm playing for this team for that 1 week, and I'm playing for that team for that 1 week. And you're all over the place. Thinking 1 big weekend equals recruiting. You don't think college coaches is way smarter than that? College coaches recruit patterns, not moments. They want to see consistency, right? They want to see consistency. What parents should actually be doing, Here's the simple roadmap. We mapped it out for you. Between 8 and 12, build fundamentals and confidence. Number 2 is ages 12 to 14, develop skill and discipline. Number 3, ages 14 to 16, start positioning and understanding the process. And number 4 is ages 16 to 18, build relationships and execute. Remember, recruiting is a process, it's not a rush, right? The ones that make it understand that recruiting is a process and it's not a rush. So hopefully that you enjoyed this video. This was what age does college basketball recruiting really start? This was the truth. We broke it down for parents. We went from ages 8 to 12, then we went to 12 to 14, then we went to 14 to 16, then we finished at 16 to 18. And a little bonus is that you could also do a post-grad year, right? You could do a post-grad year even after you graduated, right? But we go look at our video on the post-grad if you want to learn more about the post-grad. Additionally, if you want more insight, right, exclusive insight that you're not going to get on the internet, this is join our online community. It's free for the first 50 people, only for today. After that, it's going back to the regular. All right, I'm Coach Kevin with For Greatness, the #1 basketball academy in Raleigh, North Carolina. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. Thank you.